You've probably learned about a way to talk about contrary to fact or hypothetical situations. And to do that, we either need a C clause or we need a past C clause. And that's just a quick refresher of what the difference is between those two types of C clauses and what their English translations sound like. So a C clause is over here. We're going to take the word C, which means if. You'll add the past subjunctive, comma, and then the conditional tense. We can also invert the order of these two and get conditional, C, past subjunctive. The important part is that C is always associated with the past subjunctive. And then the past C clause, which essentially works the same way, we have C. The difference being, instead of just the past subjunctive, now we're going to have the past perfect subjunctive. Comma again, and then instead of just the conditional perfect. And there's another video if you want to learn how to form these. In the same way, we can invert the order, and we'll end up with a conditional perfect first, C, and we remember that that C is always associated with the past perfect subjunctive or the past subjunctive. And so if you're referencing the past, that's when you're going to use this one down here. So let's look at one example in English to see this in action. If I were a parent, right, if I had kids, if I were a parent, I would buy my kids, what would I buy them? I'd buy my kids a dog. Okay. So we know that we have that. It's contrary to fact because I am not a parent, and I'm saying, well, hypothetically, if I were a parent, what would I do? Well, I would buy my kids a dog. And if you want to say, well, how about 100 years ago? So that's our point of reference, that now we're in the past. And we're going to use basically the same sentence, but this point of reference is past, and that's why we need a past C clause. And that would sound like if I had been a parent, I would have bought my kids not a dog. Seems like 100 years ago. That wouldn't be right. If I had been a parent, I would have bought my kids up. What would you say? Leave a comment down below. Change that sentence to Spanish. Put it in there. You would have bought them what? Clothes? That's boring. Food? I guess you have to buy food anyway. What would I have bought my kids 100 years ago? I don't really know. Okay, C clauses. And past C clauses, they're formed slightly differently. And these past C clauses over here, you have to reference the past somehow. That past could just be yesterday. It could be 2 seconds ago. It could be 100 years ago. Suerte.